There has been a surprisingly large amount of makeup that has launched for this upcoming spring season at Sephora already just in this first month. So I've broken it down for you with products that I've been able to try, show you some swatches, show you some applications so that when you step into Sephora next time, you know exactly what you're in for. For this video, I went through all of the new arrivals at Sephora and I picked out all of the products that I have, and I can share some thoughts with you. Some products I've used a little bit more than others, but regardless, I hope that you can use this as a guide to figure out what new products might be the best option for you. So I have 22 products today to talk about. So first, we're going to get started with the Sephora favorites kits for the spring. Now, I already have a full dedicated video on this if you want the true nitty-gritty on this, so I'm going to go through these quickly. Essentially, Sephora takes some of their best sellers and curates these kits so that you can get a good value on them. The larger one is the Glow Up Kit for $58, which has a $174 value. My personal opinion, this is not my favorite of the two, but if most of the products speak to you, this is a very good value. The kit that I recommend, that I love the products and colors in, is the Perfect Pout Lip Kit. This is $42. You're able to walk out of Sephora with 5 products for $42, and this has a $94 value. Definitely check out my full video on this if you want swatches of every item and my review of every item. Okay, let's get into it. I'm really excited for these individual makeup products. So this is a product that I wanted to bring to your attention because I haven't seen anybody talk about it, but Danessa Myricks has one of my all-time favorite primers. It's this Yummy Skin Glow Serum, and she launched a new shade. So the one that I was using before was like an orangey shade. She now has this new shade, Fresh Pressed, which is a really light pink shade, and I applied it on this side of my face. I love this formula. It's the same formula as the original colors, but there isn't much of a pink tint on the face, which I'm not bothered by. I think ultimately I probably didn't need both of the shades that I now have, but I think if you're more on the fair side, that this would be more flattering for you. So if you've been wanting to try that primer out and you're more on the fair side, I think you'd really enjoy this. I even think on deeper complexions, this could add a really pretty light brightening base. I highly recommend this formula. It's very lightweight. It leaves a non-glittery glow behind. It's pretty enough to wear out with nothing over top. Since it's not glittery, you can just put it all over the face for like a fresh shot of juicy hydration to the face, but it also is super lightweight, making it phenomenal prior to makeup. It's been one of my favorite primers, so the second that I saw that they added new shades, I was like, consider me purchasing this. And she was added right into the cart. So I like this a lot, probably didn't need it, but still happy about it nonetheless. I've been playing with these a number of times now, trying to construct my opinion on them. So these are from Urban Decay, and they're the Face Bond Luminizers. Now, I've been trying to figure out my favorite way to apply these. I've tried them as highlighters over top of my foundation. I found them to be a little bit underwhelming. I've tried them mixed into foundation. I felt like it didn't make that big of a difference. And today, I tried it as an all-over base. And I think this is my favorite way to wear it. However, it reads a little glittery on the skin if you were to leave it on its own. This definitely needs to be used as a base for that glow from within to come through. This is a nice consistency for oily skin. It doesn't feel heavy or greasy, and it has a dry down. So if you're looking for a little bit of manufactured glow but you have oily skin, I think that this could be a good product for you. But for me, I'd rather just get the glow from the product that I'm about to mention next. I'm still, as I said, working on my opinions on this, but I just don't think that it's worth it for me. As somebody who's not a fan of liquid luminizers, this doesn't do it for me. It doesn't have any star quality for me. Now, today was my first time trying this product. I believe it launches February 4th from One Size. This is the B12 Base Thinner Vitamin Pearl Serum. Really cool product. So how I used this today is I mixed it into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation, which is also one of the newest products at Sephora, one of the newest foundations. So let me talk about this foundation first. It's very thick, it's very matte, and I'm still getting my feel on how I think that this wears. But for my dry skin in the dead of winter, this is not for my skin type. I definitely would recommend it more for somebody with oily skin. For me, it's looking a little bit dry while my skin is suffering, but it has a really pretty smooth airbrush finish, so I'm not writing it off. I just don't really want to use it in the winter. It's a bit too much for my skin. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity to mix it with this one size product, because this is formulated to be like a mixing medium to thin out your base products. And normally I find that these kind of products don't really work. Let me tell you, I did mix this in with the ABH, and there was a noticeable side-by-side difference between the side mixed in with this one side product and the other side with just my regular base. I noticed there was more of a glow, there was more of a hydration, it looked less dry. So this is a great product for me to be able to utilize this ABH this winter. And this product is formulated with skincare, so it's supposed to be that makeup skincare hybrid, and you can put it all over your skin as well. You don't have to mix it in with foundations. Now, today is the first day that I've used it. I haven't done a wear test on it, so just take my opinion with a grain of salt. But I can say for performance, in terms of mixing it with a foundation, incredible. I think this is going to be great for dry skin, so I'm excited to continue using this. And like I said, maybe look into this more if you have oily skin. Definitely leaves a really impeccable blurred look to the skin, but it's too much for me right now. You're going to see me use this momentarily. I'm adding this in because I got it sent to me, and I'm not going to say no to a Beauty Blender, but Beauty Blender did just launch their Denim Makeup Sponge. It's just a blue sponge, and if you wonder my thoughts on Beauty Blender, I do think that they are the superior sponge. I've tried everywhere, every price point, starting from $1 to this overpriced little thing, and this is the best. But I did receive it in PR, and I would not have purchased it with my own money, so do take that into consideration. But Beauty Blender does have a good sponge. So now in a cute blue shade. And what I used to apply with that is the new Kosas Revealer Extra Bright Serum Powered Color Concealer. So this is a play on their best-selling original Revealer Concealer, which I was not much of a fan of. But I actually think that this formula is really great as a color corrector. It has a lot of hydration to it, and if you just use a dot of this, it does not disrupt the wear of the concealer that you put on top, as somebody who's not a fan of the original concealer formulation. So I did try on both Fantasy, which is the orange shade, and Illusion, which is the lighter pink shade. Illusion is more for my skin type. I love a nice peachy pinky under eye corrector, especially for certain makeup looks that might cast a shadow on my under eyes. And like I said, this formula is nice and hydrating, very malleable, so I think it makes a great under eye color corrector. I wouldn't choose normally to pair it with this concealer because I think that this would have an ending that is very, very creasy. But pairing this with concealers that I've liked, I really have enjoyed this as a color corrector. But if you are a fan of the original concealer, I think you would like this one as well. The tones are just made more to color correct as opposed to cover. This one is one of the hottest talked about products. Rare Beauty has launched their Soft Pinch Liquid Contours. Now, the reason these are such a big deal is because they are very well known. I don't know if you can see, I have a whole collection right here for their Soft Pinch Liquid Blushes, which are very creamy, very blendable, and very pigmented. And I think it's been a long time that people have been asking for a contour version of these Rare Beauty guys here. So Mellow is the lighter shade, Solace is the deeper shade that I swatched. These are the two that I picked up. For me, I've decided Mellow is the perfect shade. These applied exactly as I thought they would, super buttery. They do have a good amount of pigment, maybe less so than the blushes, but they still are pigment packed. They have that kind of soft powder finish on the skin, and they're everything that I thought they would be. I think these are a really great product. If you are a fan of Rare Beauty and the blushes and have been wanting a contour in that formula, I think you would really enjoy these. They did a great job with these. A couple new powders have entered the market. The first one is not a new formula, but a new color of the Huda Beauty Easy Bake loose setting powder. She came out with a whole Ube birthday cake collection. So this shade is also offered in a cheek color and a lip color, I believe. I personally decided just to pick it up in the powder formula because this is my favorite powder formula ever, and the other two formulas are not my cup of tea. So this is the new packaging though. This is the first one that I've grabbed in their new repackaged line. This shade, not very flattering on my own skin tone, which I knew beforehand, but I couldn't help myself. I love Ube. I love this powder, and there are certain looks that this actually does look really nice with, but if you are on the lighter side of skin tone, it's gonna pull a little deeper, a little bit more purpley, and it needs to be paired with the correct look. This is not very flattering for me as an everyday color, but it is that great formula. But let's just be realistic here. Not all of these fun food-themed colors are going to flatter every skin tone. If you're more in my skin tone range and you want a little bit of like a pinky lilac brightening color, Cherry Blossom is the better shade for you. But I think medium complexions, this could be fun. Bare Minerals just reformulated and re-promoted their Bare Pro Skin Perfecting Powder Foundation. Today I used the shade Fair 10 Neutral. Now I have not tried this as powder foundation, and I am a powder foundation fan, so that is something that will come for today. I just used it to brighten this under eye. You can see how much brighter this looks compared to the Huda Beauty side. It's definitely not as smoothing as the Huda Beauty, but it's done a nice job. I don't want to say too much about this yet because today's the first day I use it, and it really wasn't in the way that it was intended to be used. So keep an eye out. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel because once I try these and test these more, this will be featured in an upcoming speed reviews. But for now, I'm going to put a pin on it. Just wanted to make you aware, if you are a Bare Minerals fan, they have perfected the formula, as they said in the note that they sent me. It's 2025 and the blush market has not slowed down. Yes, we have a lot more blushes. I'm sick of it. Am I though? Blushes are fun. They're fun to buy. But these cheeks, they have a lot of color splashed onto them. So first we have 3 new shades of the Nude Stick Stash Color Blush Balms. So this was a very successful formula, I believe, for them, so they just launched new shades. So this is an existing formula, but the 3 shades that they just launched are very bright, very spring and summer friendly. I wanted to do a call out to this purple shade and tell you how stunning it is. This is Boysenberry. I tried it recently in a video, and while scary, stunning and mauvey on the cheeks. Today on this side of my face, yes. Which, by the way, I'm not normally going out with blushes crazy. I just wanted to show you the formulation and the pigmentation on the demo. But I am wearing Cherry Pie, which is very pigmented. If you have a deeper complexion, this is going to be stunning. And the other shade, Fruit Punch, is that middle shade in the swatches that's very, very vibrant. So all of the shades that they launch, super vibrant, super summer appropriate. Also very deeper skin tone friendly as well. I enjoy this formula. Very pigmented, blends out really easily, but sets down and lasts a long time. So happy that they have some new summer colors. Very fresh and bright and fun. Patrick Ta launched 4 new shades in his iconic Double Take Cream and Powder Blush duos, which I also am a fan of. And I almost irrationally bought all 4, but ultimately I decided to pick only 2, just 2. So the first one that I have is She's Seductive, which I thought would be a really beautiful wearable shade. But I also wanted to have a little bit of fun, and I bought She Left Me on Red, which is more unique than what you're going to get for the market for most brands, though red blush is trending. So I do have this on this side of my face. How this product works is there's a cream blush and a powder blush. The cream, not super pigmented, which I think in this case is very appropriate because of how bright this is. And then you set with the powder over top. You're actually supposed to do the opposite, but this is how I like to apply it. Haven't used these colors too much yet. Today was the first time that I played with this, but the red blush, super fun. I do recommend this formula, generally speaking. I have a lot more of these shades, so take a look at the range, see if there's any color that calls out to you, because I do recommend this formula. Natasha Denona launched 6 new blushes. So these are the High Blush Cloudy Cream Cheek Duos. I did just post a full review, swatch, and try on of every single shade in the line. Essentially, you have 2 cream cheek colors in one compact, 1 cream blush, 1 cream highlight. Overall thoughts about these, though I do recommend you check the video out. The line itself, very bright, very pink. I would have loved to seen these in more neutral, muted tones. So if bright and pink and warm isn't your cup of tea for a blush, these are all quite vibrant. Formulation-wise, the cream blush, such a beautiful airbrushed blend on the cheek, buildable. I think if you have a deeper complexion, these shades are going to work for you, but they're so easy to work with that even if you are on the lighter side, you can still blend it out to get a really gorgeous amount of color. I actually very much am enjoying the cream blush formula. Typically, I'm not much of a cream highlight fan. I think they're fine. They don't mess up the makeup underneath. They apply best with a finger. They're a little on the subtle side, but very pretty when the light hits. I have it on my face right now, but I've just got to be honest here, and this is a personal thing. I'd rather reach for a powder highlight, but nice quality, but I don't love the color range here. And the last blush that I have to mention is from YSL. I'm so happy I got my hands on these. They're the Make Me Blush powder blushes. I picked out 44 and 93, and I'm very happy with the 2 that I picked out here. And you know what? There's only so many formulations that you can get with a powder blush, which is why I'm so I don't want to say annoyed, but it's why I'm like, how are there so many formulas of blushes being launched right now? Because there's really only so many ways you can make a blush. But I have to say, these are a really beautiful formula. So you know how some blush formulas, powder blushes, you feel like they kind of stick to the face and you have to work it out and be careful what brush you use. These almost roll over the cheek for the easiest blend out. There's no grabbing on your face at all, so they blend out like a dream, to be expected from a luxury formula. So I think that these blushes are beautiful, and they do have a luxurious application with how easily they just glaze over the cheek. I really like those blushes. And the last product that I have from Complexion is a new setting spray from ABH. It's their Impeccable Setting Spray. And this whole Complexion line that they launched is for matte finish, which typically is better for oily skin. I've used this. I like the mist on it. I don't know that it makes my makeup last longer. That's something I'm going to have to continue testing, but I just know it's really not great for this time of year for me, so it might be a bit before I give you guys my final review, but I can say really great mist on this and might be something you want to check out if you have oily skin. Okay, I only have 2 eye products. The first is a new brow product from the most popular brow brand right now, Benefit. So they launched the Mighty Fine Brow Pen. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they have launched a product like this previously, but I remember the ink ran out really fast. I ended up decluttering it. I think they've improved it. I'm not sure, but it's like completely remarketed, redone. But it's the same 3-prong marker that I remember. But honestly, I know I didn't like the old one, but I like this new one. I think it is really great for the inner parts of the brows to fake those hairs. I think it's not as great on the tail end of the brow, but I think this is good just to give those fake hairs in the center here and then go in with your regular brow pencil. It doesn't deposit too much pigment. It's nice and soft, but it still gives really defined brow hairs. So again, I'm not as into it on the tail of the brow, but I think they have something really nice for that inner part. So I'm actually very happy with this, and I think there's going to be a lot of people who can utilize this in their routine. Very good product. Natasha Denona did also recently launch a new eyeshadow palette at Sephora. It is teeny tiny. It's the Mini Eye Sculpt palette. I also have a review on this. It is the palette that I'm wearing today. I mean, this is just an essential eyeshadow palette of all matte shades of varying depths for what you need for a neutral eye. This is going to be your sidekick. Whenever you need a specific matte, this is going to have it in terms of contouring the eye. Today, I just used the lightest shade under my brow, and then I went into the second lightest shade, and I used that as my crease shade to really contour all over the crease. Then I use the third shade here, and I use that in the outer corner to give me a little bit more depth, as well as laying that all along my lower lash line. I went back into the lightest shade, and I have that all over my lid right now to give the illusion of a bigger eyelid as somebody who has hooded lids. And then to finish, I used this black and I just stamped it across my lash line to give me some definition for today. It's super natural. I simply just sculpted the eye, and it's in the great Natasha Denona formula. I think this is a great item to add to your collection if you needed a palette of essential mattes that's nice and small, that you can travel with, and that's really pretty affordable given that the brand is Natasha Denona. I think while not very exciting of a launch, it is a necessary launch, and I think it fulfilled her brand's line really well. So this is a nice little guide to check out. Moving into lips, not a new product, but new shades, and a new product to me because I hadn't tried these before, but they must have been very popular for Too Faced to extend the line of their Pillow Balm Hydrating Lip Treatment Lip Balms. They have 6 new shades at Sephora. I decided to personally just keep 3 for myself: Original, Pink Pineapple Kiss, and Juicy Watermelon Kiss. And I wish I had decided to keep all of them because truly this is a lovely formula. I see why they added new shades to this line. The original is super clear and it's just like a liquid lip balm, but it is a very hydrating. It sits on the lips for a long time. I think this is a great product. In terms of it being a liquid lip balm, I haven't tried too many of those. It's less lip glossy than like Summer Fridays. It really does feel like a balm in how thick it feels, and it doesn't add much color or much gloss to the lips. It's just a liquid lip balm. But if you get into colors like my favorite Pink Pineapple Kiss or I demoed Juicy Watermelon Kiss, these do add some color to the lips, like a pretty good amount. I applied Pink Pineapple Kiss with a neutral pink lip liner from Lancome. This is the Lippy Doll in Nude Now. I actually have the lip liner on right now. This with Pink Pineapple Kiss is the perfect everyday pink lip. And what's great about it is it's gonna hydrate your lips all day. I am a fan of these. After having tried these, I'm enjoying these a lot. I think not only do they actually nourish the lips, but they're so pretty too. Makeup by Mario launched a gloss formula. Now this was a little bit before 2025 that this launched, but I thought I'd throw these in anyway. So I have 6 of the shades. There were more. And the order that I swatched them on my hands is Bare, Perfect Pink, Dragon Fruit, Watermelon, Rustic Pink, and Cocoa. My opinions on these, I really love the consistency of these. I think they have a really gorgeous glow. Really solid lip gloss formulation. My only thing is you don't need all of them. I think a lot of them are pretty sheer, but if you pick up just a couple of shades, I think these are a formula that you would enjoy. These are a very nice gloss. We have another shade extension here. So Summer Fridays just dropped 4 new shades of their Dream Lip Oil in the order of swatches from lightest to deep. There's Bare Sand, Rosebud, Warm Beige, and Midnight Berry. Now, formulation-wise, this is not my favorite formula, but some people must have liked it for them to want to extend the shade range here. So if you did love that formula, there are 4 new beautiful shades. On my bottom lip, I swatched Rosebud, and then on my top lip, I swatched Midnight Berry, so you can see the varying depths here. So the colors are gorgeous. For me, the formula is just a little bit thin, and I find that they slip and slide and don't last very long. So they're not my favorite, but if you are a fan, the 4 new shades are quite pretty and very, very wearable and versatile. And then the very last product that I have, Ole Henriksen launched a new finish in their very popular Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. And these are like a glimmer formula. I decided to pick up Lingonberry Jam Glimmer, but the 2 other ones look gorgeous as well. This has a little bit of purple to it, and I see the glimmer. Now, it's not like obnoxious. Somebody is not going to go up to you and be like, are you wearing the Ole Henriksen Glimmer? But I know that it's there. I see that extra glitter that they added in the formulation, and it's still a really beautiful hydrating formulation. I think because of the glimmers, I know this is weird to say, but it takes away from that high reflective shine. So I don't think it makes the lips look as plump, but it gives a little bit more dimension to the shade itself on your lips. Really pretty, smells really beautiful, great product, highly recommend. I think the new finish is gorgeous. And there we have it. Those are all of the new products that I've been able to test and try that just arrived at Sephora. I hope that when you're either perusing on the website or perusing in store, that this video helped you out and gave you a little bit more knowledge of what direction you might want to go into for the products that will work best for you. If you've tried any of these, especially if you have a different skin tone than me, if you have a different skin type than me, make sure you share in the comments so that we all can take feedback from others in terms of products that may or may not work for everybody. And I'll have all of the products that I talk about listed down below for you guys for you to check out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe for more. As I continue to test these products more, they will be featured in an upcoming speed review. So make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when that gets posted. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.